So as you can tell, I'm in a new environment and I have my painting things. So I am just like craving, or no, I don't want to say it like that. I have this itch to like paint, but I love to paint, okay? Like this is one piece that I've been working on since like last December. And I have been working on it for a really long time because I don't really have like a frame of reference for this one. But it's just kind of been to work on like my abstract abilities, which are not that great. I mostly do realism whenever I do like anything creative, I guess, like any drawing or painting or whatever. But anyways, whenever I'm on Pinterest, I keep seeing like these flowers like that I really want to paint. But I'm trying not to like start projects and then not finish them, so that's what this painting is. This is one that I had started over the summer and I was gonna try to finish, but I just didn't because I got bored. But I have like all these canvases, but they're kind of like smaller canvases, and I really want to make the flower thing like right now, but I'm gonna try to work on this one because I think I need to finish at least one project before I start another one, because I have a really bad habit of doing that. I get really fixated on whatever it is that I want to work on instead of like continuing things. Like I get fixated and then I get bored and then I stop and then I continue with something else, or I start something else. So this is an oil painting, so is the one that I just showed you. But yeah, whenever I went by my house, I got all my painting things because I just really want to paint. And honestly, this might be a bad idea on my end because whenever I get this like fixation, I will like keep going until I'm good. So that could be good or bad. I'm saying it's bad because I am shadowing tomorrow, so I don't know if that's a good idea for me to start painting because I do have that tomorrow. But yeah, this is, I'm going to show you a little bit of how I work. I don't know how to get rid of this, but basically this is the inspo. It's kind of hard to tell, but I have like the background color painted a little bit. Yeah, I was in like a phase of like where I wanted to do a western, like a rustic, because here I'll show you a piece that I did, and it's not an original piece, and this is obviously not my work either, but I wanted to like do this and sell it because my other one was super popular, but the other one that I did was like just for my house. It wasn't an actual one that I was like wanting to sell anyways. But this one, I was gonna try to use this and not like make this exactly here, but just use it as like a reference and like have like whatever. So I like the color scheme. It's kind of hard to see with the sliding in here, but these are all my oil paints, and then I have this stuff which is like, it's supposed to like thin the oil, and because you can't use water obviously, because water and oil, like, they don't mix, so there's no way to like get the oil out of your brush with water. So I have this stuff, and I think it like leaked. Like, I thought that there was more in here than there is, so I think it like leaked at some point. But yeah, this is my setup. I feel like I need more. I'm like super clumsy, so I have like these things just put on the floor just in case. So also, if you can see my foot, please ignore it. But I have like a ton of paintbrushes that are super crusty that I've just collected over the years since I've been painting, which I don't really know. I guess I've been like doing this for, I don't even know how long. I feel like it hasn't really been that long, but I don't know. I don't really like do continuous stuff. Like I will work on something and then I'll stop for whatever reason. Like if I get bored, or usually what happens is like the color scheme will like bore me and I'll want to start something different, or just like I just won't feel creative anymore. But yeah, I've never opened these before. feel like the thing about being an artist or artistically inclined person, you're always getting like gifts that are related to like art. So I can't tell you how many things I've received that are like art related, craft, paintbrushes, paints, and whatever. Which I'm not complaining. I just don't. It's not necessary unless I'm working on a project, so I don't. Resolve it. Yeah, I think this definitely spilled at my house. Also, I need to keep track of the time because I will lose track of time and be doing this till like 2 in the morning. And I have a lab report due tomorrow. So first, I'm just gonna like, I guess do a lot of like white mostly. So they're like clouds, and honestly, I think clouds are the hardest thing for me to paint. I don't really know why. It's something about their like irregularness that is hard for me to capture properly. Because I'm not good at abstract art. Abstract is really hard for me, surprisingly. Not surprisingly like, oh, I'm really good, but like surprisingly because abstract, there's a lot of like, I don't know, ability for you to be like, I don't know what I'm saying right now. But yeah, so I've been painting for a while. Like I remember being in junior high or a middle school and being like, we had this like art class that was required that we had to take, and so I don't know, I guess I was just like good or whatever, so they were like, oh my gosh, you're so good. So I just stuck with it, and it's something that I just enjoy. Oh my god, that was too much. It's fine. Well, and it's hard for me to like multitask. Actually, that's not bad. Oops. I don't know if you can hear anything that I'm saying. Anyways, I was like pretty good at it, so I don't know, I just like stuck with it, I guess. And it's like a hobby of mine, so I would not want to actually do this for like my career, because I feel like I would not enjoy it anymore if I was actually doing this like for my job. But people tell me pretty often like, you know, you could sell your artwork or whatever, so I don't know, I feel like this is my attempt at making something that I want to sell. Yeah, so I don't really have like a technique, you know, I'm not trying to like copy it exactly. But obviously, I don't know if you can tell from this, but clouds are just so hard. Like there's so much variation in the colors and like the pattern, but it's also like a certain way, like if you don't get it right, it looks weird. So I'm trying to like get the shape right, but it's hard. I'm going in with like this lemon yellow and like this, I don't know what you call this one. Yellow ochre? I don't know. And I'm kind of like giving these clouds like this, that yellow hue that they have in this, in my reference photo. But yeah, it's basically like half of what the thing is, just like the background clouds. So I need to make sure that I kind of get it right to some degree. But yeah, so they're not very uniform, they're just kind of random. It's already requiring a lot of white paint, which I'm glad I have this big tube. Like, I always wonder how, like, the famous artists, like Michelangelo, or I guess Leonardo da Vinci was the painter. I don't know, I guess Michelangelo was, like, the sculptor, the famous sculptor. I mean, I guess they did a little bit of like, they both did both things, but I don't really know. I'm not very well versed on like the actual art history. I just like am good at it, I guess. I don't really know all the like details about the people or whatever. I just know that those are two people that are like significant or whatever. But anyways, I always think about like the clouds and like the sky paintings and like those like churches, like the cathedrals that have like the really nice like cloud background and like sky thing. Yeah, that's not what we're doing today. It's like fluffy and then it goes like whoosh. I'm trying to like capture that. And I use my finger a lot too, which is why I'm like so prone to stains. Like I had a pair of black sweatpants that I would paint on and like they're just ruined because I just am messy with my clothes. And the thing about oil paint is it takes forever to dry. So like this will still be wet like in 24 hours probably. So I mean, I think that was one of the things that people liked about oil paint is that it does take so long to dry. So like if you're still working on your painting, like it's easy to continue with whatever you're doing. Or if you need to like fix something, it's like easy to correct, I guess. So I don't know, I'm no expert. Also, like despite enjoying like art to some degree, I have never watched like any of the Bob Ross stuff. Like I don't think I've ever seen any of his videos. So maybe one day I'll like, I don't know, be silly and like try to follow one of his like things. But I don't know, I feel like I just don't really gain a whole lot from like watching tutorials. Like I just like try, you know, I don't really. I feel like I'm not making any sense. It's so late. Well, it's not even that late. It's kind of late, but not like crazy late. Okay, so we gotta get this part right. I'm gonna like finger paint, I guess, but okay, I feel like for this I need a smaller brush. I also like to touch all the things to see if it's like the right vibes. It's always so funny because I feel like I don't really talk that much about my creative side. It just kind of comes out and then people are like, whoa, and I'm just like, yeah. I guess it's not that impressive to me just because I am me, I'm myself, so I'm not impressed by my abilities, I guess. But I guess I can understand why other people think it's cool. Sort of. I feel like I'm making it worse. I'm like trying to correct the shape of the clouds to make them more like fluffy and a cloud shape, but I feel like it just looks worse. I don't know, I guess this piece is not like completely realism, so there's a little bit of room for like not perfection, but if I want to sell this one, I also want to make it with love and care. Wow, that's like too brown. Like it has a little bit of orange and red colors, but it's so easy to go overboard on my side. So what do you think about this? You finish with the yellow and then go back with a little bit of red underneath on the bottom side because it will blend so quickly and like ruin the yellow hues, and like it'll get lost in the reds and stuff if I do it too soon. So it's so funny, people are like, how do you do that? I'm like, I don't know, it just happens. Like I see the colors, I'm like, and I just put it on the canvas, and then it's just like that. I don't know. Like, I don't think that makes sense to people that aren't me. I don't like this. I think I made it worse. Nice. But like I said, like the colors, because it's oil paint, it'll blend together so fast. So because like there are like variations in like the shapes and stuff, so you have to like kind of be like rough with like the colors and not let them blend too much, because then it'll be like one big color, and then it won't be like cloud like, I guess. I can't tell if it looks good or not. I don't know. How long is that? I don't want this video to be like forever long. Whatever that meant just now. But I want y'all to see kind of some of the process. Okay, I think I'm gonna work on this a little bit, and then I'll come back if it looks any better later. So this is where we're at. It looks pretty good to me. I hope you can see it, because I can't see my screen. It's almost 11. I'm gonna keep going. Okay, I'm officially bored. So this is the progress that we made. We finished the background cloud and the ground. I want to go ahead and stop here, because I feel like if I try to overlay like more of the details of like these clouds that are in front of these background clouds, it's all gonna get like blended together, because this is still wet. So I think I'm gonna let this be for now, and then maybe like over the weekend or something I'll come back and add these clouds that are kind of, you can't even see it from y'all's like point of view, but like these like clouds that are on top or in front of the background cloud, I think I'll come back and do that after this has dried a little, because I don't want it to all blend together. That's my biggest problem with like clouds. I don't know when to stop. So I think this is good. And then after I finish the clouds, I'll paint these little cowboys on their horses, and this little like whatever that is. And yeah, I think it'll be done by then. I'm trying not to like do too much with this one, because I'm really bored of it and I want it to be finished already. Yeah, we got a lot of it done, so. But I want to like hurry up and finish this, because I want to paint the flowers. I have so many like pinned flower paintings on my Pinterest that I want to like try at some point, but most of them are like this type vibe, like this like background and then like flowers, but I don't know, I don't know. But yeah, that's all for this for now.